Hello, this is Charles Bird, and this is the September 25th, 2021 edition of Rant-Om Thoughts. Back from a long hiatus, back from a near permanent vacation, tanned, rested, and ready for action, back to grill and kill sacred cows for your lunching and munching pleasure. If you may have noticed, a few weeks ago, I lost one of my bottom incisors. It's aging. It's the ravages of time. Can't really escape it. Few months down the road, as soon as I can afford it, I might see a dentist to get it fixed. But until then, I'm just gonna have to grin and bear it. I have an overbite, so it's not really noticeable when I smile, but people do notice when I speak. I also had to retrain myself how to talk without that tooth there, because if I'm not careful, my sounds start sounding like sh sounds. So, also, this being September, and we're in the middle of that seasonal change where everything's all sticky and humid, so I am sweating like a horse. I'm sweating worse than Dr. Fauci sitting across the table from Rand Paul. All right. Now, where was we? What was I doing since last spring? What have I been up to? Well, chairing the Stanislaus County LP, running meetings, campaigning for Jeff Hewitt, who waged a pretty valiant campaign for governor. My opinion on what happened and where it went wrong was, well, conservative Inc., MAGA grifters and neocon shills shoved Larry Elder down everybody's throats and played right into the media's hands. The media made it all about Newsom versus Elder when it should have been we the people versus Newsom. Then Elder tried to emulate Trump in his campaigning. The big problem with that is that Trump's policies aren't welcome in California, and they're garbage to begin with. And then, of course, Trump himself gave Newsom a pretty big boost when he told his base, those people out there who were waiting for Trump to endorse a candidate, because the only way they were going to vote for anyone in the recall was if Trump told them who to vote for, told his base that it was rigged. So all those people who were waiting for Trump telling them how to vote decided it wasn't worth it to participate, so they stayed home and abstained from voting. And that's what happened. I mean, yeah, there's going to be the typical Republican whining about election fraud, but you know what? as long as they continue filing lawsuits to keep libertarian candidates off the ballot in some states, I'm not going to take any more Republican complaints about election fraud seriously. I'm just not. So I campaigned for Jeff Hewitt. I continued with my anti-lockdown activism. There was a very lengthy period for a few months where I was just doing it by myself. So that was it was starting to get a bit demoralizing too. But now we're starting to see health freedom rallies in front of hospitals because people are starting to finally get this. It's starting to dawn on them that hey, their favorite politician is not going to ride to their rescue. Reinforcements aren't coming. Cavalry is not coming down the hill. It's down to us to do the work. So there was this huge medical freedom rally a few weeks ago at Memorial. I decided to go there in my official capacity as county LP chair. I showed up wearing my Ron Paul Be Brave shirt, held a sign. There were hundreds of people there. It really, really lifted my spirits. There was an anti-war rally in Sacramento. Angela McCardle was there. Zach Kincaid, Ben Weir, Adam Kokesh. Nice guy in person, by the way. It was it was a pretty decent showing, about 60 people. We had lunch at a place called the University of Beer. It was a fun time. I really enjoyed it. On the night of the 26th, there's going to be a joint event between the Stanislaus and Tuolumne County libertarian organizations. It's going to be a pizza party at Gold Dust Pizza in Oakdale. We're anticipating a nice showing. And it's going to be a fun time, and I think we're going to make history with that. And next month, there's going to be the Jefferson dinner. Initially, we were wanting to hold it at the Velvet Grill on McHenry, but as per terms of a settlement that they reached with the city last year, they cannot hold gatherings larger than 8 people. So we're looking at Ridgway's as a venue. It's a popular diner. Everybody knows it. But there are still commercials for it on TV and the radio. Food's not up to par with Velvet, but we can still sit around and have a good time. And there's a karaoke lounge in the back, so there's the option of having an after party if anyone wants to keep hanging around. So I think that's what we're going to end up doing. Voter registration drives, paid membership recruitment drives, those are coming down the pipeline. I really got to say that, and I'm not usually one to toot my own horn. You know, I just wasn't brought up to do that. But I've been doing things that I would not have thought possible. As recently as 2 years ago when I was, this close to ending up on the streets. I am doing things I wouldn't thought I would do as recently as 4 years ago when I was still pushing a broom around Big Lots and thinking, is this it? Is this as far as I'm going to get in life? You know, I'm not only bearing witness to history. I'm now an active participant. Even if no one remembers my name after I'm gone, they'll remember what I'm doing, and that really, really means a lot to me. That I am doing something that I can be proud of. That I am leaving a mark on the world and being a force for good. So this channel, I'm still doing Convo. I also did that special town hall with Angela McCurdle. Extremely grateful to her for being generous with her time and doing that. Because there are a lot of people in the lockdown, the anti-lockdown movement, the reopen movement locally, who are very, very new to activism, and they needed someone like her, to give them pointers. So I'm glad, she was able to do that. I'm glad I was able to put it on my YouTube and my Rumble channels. By the way, I'm cross posting everything to Rumble from now on, and I'm looking at other streaming platforms too. And I want to keep, doing convo. I want to look for guests to talk to. As I've explained previously, the format is more than just an interview show. It's a conversation show where I not only ask the guest questions, but the guest, if he or she is so inclined, can turn the tables on me and ask me questions, and we can exchange thoughts and ideas, and it would be an organic experience, not just for the both of us, but also for the audience, for the people watching. I want to do at some point next month, a panel show on horror movies. I have a couple of people in mind I'd like to get involved in that. Don't know how easy it would be to get one of them involved. One of them, my buddy Mike Shaney, is getting married next month around Halloween. which is his favorite time of year. So that's what I've been doing. It's what I've been up to, and it's what I'm going to keep on doing. And I'm very, very excited about the future. Even though there are some scary things coming down the pipeline, even though Gavin Newsom, being the petty, vindictive tyrant he is going to punish Stanislaus County because the recall won here, even though it failed statewide. He also, it's also becoming pretty clear that he viewed the failure of the recall as a referendum on his policies. So he's going to double, triple, and quadruple down on what he's already doing. Yeah. But but there is an opportunity there. And I think if he pushes the people of California any further, if he stretches the rubber band far enough, it will snap back. People will get jarred from their apathy. All right, that's all I got for now. This is Charles Bird signing off. Think while it's still legal. Reopen America. End the wars. End the Fed. End the lockdowns. Good night and God bless.